I just can't forget when Bruce Willis also invited himself, yes, for a brand, for the entire future of their lifetime, and also another invitation from yesterday. I received the invitation from DW, a DW brand. A DW brand will be written Dodge Wagon. DW means Dodge Wagon. And then a brand for the masters of the Forbidden Kingdoms. The masters of Forbidden Kingdoms, both of them, they were here in eternity, spirituality, and immortality. Yes, Master Jackie Chan and Master Jet Li are over there, and also Steven Seagal. Yeah, they were planning also to ensure that they're getting the call of finding their own brands in the nearby future, with the call from The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, another call from Vin Diesel. Yes, Vin Diesel. I don't know whether he will be capable of paying those catches, those balloons, to manufacture those buses and trucks. Mr. Statham or transporter. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Therefore, I once again invite the likes of Eric Schmidt, Gina Reinhardt, Waltero, PJ Droche, Mikhail Friedman, Michael Hartono, Deitmar Hope, Zeng Zidong, Cavallo Heineken, Emmanuel Besmier, Andriy Melnikenko, Li Shufu, Thomas Petefai, Gennady Timchenko, and also Thomas Fritz Jr., John Grayken Nails, Peter Louis Hansen, Lakshmishi Mittal, Nikki Oppenheimer, John Duer, Izad Rebrab, Mohammed Mansour, Kuos Baker, Alan Reis, Yassin Mansour, Yusuf Mansour, Aliko Dangote, Aziz Akankwancho, Mohamed Deunji, Nasif Sauris, Aton Benluati, Michael Leroux, Folarang Alakija, Johan Rupert, Strive Masiyiwa, Mike Edunucha, Isabel Dostols, and then the likes of For the Real Estates, Ayele Ope, and then Thomas Fritz, John Graykem, Peter Louis Hansken, Lakshmi Mittal, with Scott Fakura and Carl Cook, Mike Cannon Brooks. These invitees here, I invited them to ensure these people that they were the ones whom were in the vision of 2020. Remember? And then the vision of 2020 means that year 2000, you remember when we were introducing the theory of year 2000, that is 2000 years, and then it's 2000 most in the US of A, of that US of R of Donald Trump, 2000. So if it's 2000, there is 2020 is a complete circle, meaning it's full, it doesn't exist. So 20 of 100. So the century time has finished its cycle of 20 years, so it's 0. So for us now to view further what will be happening in future, we had to first complete those years of year 2000 until today to ensure that what the future holds for us. But when we completed year 2020, it means that now that century time has completed its cycle too. 2020. So 220s a full circle. So in year 2020, things were closed. That's why DW yesterday said when we were talking over there in eternity, spirituality, and immortality, that we must make sure that by this year we are starting as the global United Unions parliamentary governments of all the presidency and all the cabinet ministers, aldermans, everyone in the government of every government labs. What? We must have a new constitution of the universal constitution, a global world constitution, a planetary earth constitution, a governmental continental unions constitution, a United Nations organization constitution, a new constitution of governance for the millennium time existence of time. So I invite all of them here to ensure that when we are in the rise for construction of smart cities, smart villages, smart municipalities, smart metropolitan, smart communities, smart township, smart rivers, smart lakes, smart ocean, smart seas, smart dams, smart bridges, smart architecture designing, most luxurious buses and trucks, and most beautiful cars in the world and architecture in the world. These billionaires I'm talking about of 2020, most 2020 richest billionaires of 2020, almost 2,963 of them. They must be the one who also invest, as they are also part of the unicorn startup, unicorn global, and unicorns. They must be the ones who will be capable of investing for every department criteria of any sector industry that has been introduced in any industries, to ensure that we address all the 17 sustainable development goals for every continent of its own single country, with its own city, with its own municipality, with its own rural and urban development, with its own village, with its own street block, and its own route to just rapidly for not grow like these ones that were happening and that are still happening in the global market of China, Japan, and other places I've mentioned in the first beginnings of this playlist of Book 2, Media Productions of Mak143, Book 11, Part 2. Therefore, after the complete cycle of the 10-year district special planning, we can invite the Western Cape Provincial 37 municipalities government representative for a prototype report review of the progress we made so far since 2019, such as the Belleville City development and the observatory to Woodstock integrated spatial district development planning already completed, and the housing projects that have been constructed in various communities of the City of Cape Town communities and sub-councils, straight to sub-council 10, as the most of these projects were my common vision and my common creative thinking. For the great expansion of creative architecture designing and for huge global economic impact bonds of the future city 10 district spatial planning to expand, multiply, rise and grow to the planetary continental global world of one earth of misfortunate, disadvantaged, underdeveloping continental United Nations state countries, and from those multi-united unions developing and developed with overdeveloped countries in the rise of the fourth industrial, through also collaborating to address the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of integrated governance, we should contribute resolutions and solutions of policy and strategy of all the government departments of the City of Cape Town, Mayoral Executive Committee with the Western Cape Government, the provincial government, and the DA constituency of the City of Cape Town and Western Cape Government in partnership with the Global World Solutions Network for the Lamushe Mushe Vamushe S3 Mak143 / 18 Peace Empire Startups Ecosystems for Government Labs Global Impact Bonds in United Nations organizations equal share. Therefore, now talking about the global, I was thinking about the Well Done Design Institute of 2014-2016. Tell me, where is the World Design Capital of 2026? We were supposed to have a World Design Capital of 2026. So if other people really don't have the World Design Capital of 2026, then tune into our universe of the Mak143 Universal Media Productions, which are the world design capital of all the most beautiful cities in the world, and also the most luxurious buses and trucks of the world. Those here are the world design capital of 2026, 2029, 2032, Vision 2050 of electric electric cars and electric buses. Therefore, Mr. Richard Perez, we had a great talk about in the networking hour after the World Design Capital. I managed to meet Mr. Richard Perez, the director of World Design Capital 2024 or 2014. With great food of great catering over there. Then we talked a lot about World Design Capital. Today we are here, Mr. Richard Perez. Not forgetting also Alderate James Voss, yes, from the Green Cape UV Africa event in March 2025. Yeah, he had a great talk over there when he was opening up the ceremony over there. Yeah, and then he promised flights for great people like us to take flights to go across the world. Therefore, my flight, Mr. James Voss Alderman, is to ensure that in 2027, yes, I'm in Viva Tech of 2027 or 2029. As I was applying to Viva Tech for a free pass ticket and a free accommodation because of the free trade relationship with Africa, and because of my partnership of great excellence since 2019, when you invited me in March, the 6th of May or the 7th of May, when I submitted my first application as a private startup partners of Viva Technology. Thank you, global people of the world. Also, I would like to congratulate the invitation from the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. They invited us, yes, into the 27 April 2026 Education Day. So this is my Education Day professor over here, the one who was capable of the entire program over there. Yes, I'm so grateful and thankful of your greatest speeches, all that we're talking about over there. They were so interesting, marvelous, and number one over here. So this is the great education for you today, that you are in the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. This is a World Business and number one council for sustainable development of a great educational day, which are these media productions. And nextly is that on the 26th of May, 27th of May, yes, I'm invited also into the Finance Magnetes Africa Summit that will be hosted at the Cape Town International Convention Center in Cape Town. I thought that I would be able to be a guest speaker over there, but probably this year is the entire production of it. If I couldn't manage to say something, then I've already collaborated and introduced and produced and create multi-stakeholder collaborations, leadership and strategy management. Yeah. Unlocking my MBA potential over here as the Master of Philosophy in Inclusive Innovation and the Master of Development in Finance. Let's move on. Now we're almost done now for this entire production over here. Let's move on into another playlist. I believe it's almost the last one.